What's up, good people? What's up, good people? It's your boy, Dr. Leroy McKenzie Jr., the Impact Builder, coming to you for another day in the brand new suite. Y'all know what we do here. We get insight, we get wisdom, we give ideas. Hopefully they give you the tools, the tips, all of those resources that you need in order to be able to unleash is coming. Unleash your entrepreneurial excellence in 2024. We in the lab. It's raining outside, y'all. It's thundering and all that good stuff out there today. So yeah, definitely wouldn't be no walking outside anyway. So but we're here for another episode of a brand new series. And what I want to do today, what we've been doing this week, what we're starting off doing this week is talking about, here in the brand new suite, talking about the politics of entrepreneurship, and how there's this fusion, the connection between politics and entrepreneurship, the impact that politics has on entrepreneurship, and the impact that entrepreneurship has on politics, and the things that kind of cross each other there. Yesterday we talked about the policy impact and on entrepreneurship climate, and how the policies that get written, how they can impact entrepreneurs, how they impact different industries and everything like that. Today I want to talk about really quickly government support for entrepreneurship. Government support for entrepreneurship, and what this is many governments, and this is across the world, across the globe, around the world, they actively promote entrepreneurship through various programs and initiatives. Of course, if you're an entrepreneur, you know that this happens globally. They may include grants, loans, incubators, and mentorship programs designed to support aspiring entrepreneurs. That's that aspect of it. But if you are a seasoned entrepreneur, you've been in business, you can still get grants and loans that readily. But they do have like SCORE is a mentorship program for entrepreneurs, for aspiring entrepreneurs. It's a great program that's out there. But political leaders often prioritize entrepreneurship as a means to drive economic growth, create jobs, and fuel and foster innovation, or fuel innovation within their constituency. So you have a lot of local, state, and national politicians who have as a part of their platform support of entrepreneurs and entrepreneurship programs. Those things that will garner economic growth, because it should be the goal of every community to grow economically. And you can't grow economically if you don't have a constituency base and if you don't have a business base. Those are two bases that are necessary, absolutely necessary, in order for you to have economic growth. So if you are an entrepreneur, you should have a stake in the economic growth of the community that you are a part of. One of the ways that you do that is by being connected to those government officials. You must know who the government officials are, and you must know their stance on certain things, because your industry is going to be impacted by the laws that they create or that they do. And you should actually, here's my suggestion for entrepreneurs. You should want to build a relationship with the government officials that are impacting the community that you are a part of. You should set up a meeting set up a meeting to meet with those government officials that you are connected with, and I need you to make the connection and you want to make the connection to introduce yourself to them. And you introduce yourself to them, and you let them know who you are. You're an entrepreneur. You live in this particular district or area, and let them know that you are part of the community that they serve. And you just want to have a conversation with them, and put together a plan that you have that involves economic growth, that involves creating jobs, and that can foster innovation for the area that both of you serve. Because as an entrepreneur, you have people that you serve. As a politician, they have a constituency that they serve. That's the common thread between entrepreneurship and politics. That's the common thread between the connection between politics and entrepreneurship. You both serve a group of people. So you want to make sure that you're serving people in the best way possible that are in your area. We serve the same people. We want to make sure that my products and services are what they need. You're making sure that the things that you do from a political standpoint are what they need, and we work together to create economic growth. We work together to create jobs, because you as the entrepreneur can create the jobs if your business is growing, if your brand is growing. They can create legislation that allows you to be able to do the work that you do that fuels the economy. Because here's how it works, and this is my opinion. People can agree with it or not agree with it, but here's how that works. Here's how economics in the community works. Okay, here's how economics works for like taxes. In order to be able to get things done in a community, that community pays taxes, individual taxes, business taxes, and that money is supposed to go to making sure that that community's economy grows. It has a certain amount, a pool of money, that's the tax money, that goes towards the roads, that goes towards all of the other aspects of the community that the government is responsible for taking care of. The infrastructure, all of the piping system, all of that is what they're responsible for. So if there's no economic base there, meaning the citizens aren't paying taxes, they have nothing, they have no money to pull from to be able to do what they do. On your side, from a business standpoint, you give that community a means to be able to, meet the demands of their, of what they need there. Depending on your business, you could be an attorney, you could be a consultant, you could be a tax, an accountant, you could be a doctor, any of these things that are in the community. But collectively, collectively, you all create the economic base, the economic growth potential of that community. And it's the politician's responsibility to make sure that their constituents, which would include a business, you as an entrepreneur, and you as a personal citizen, depending on if you live and work in the same place, or wherever you live might be somewhere else, and you have another politician that sees you from that standpoint. But from a business standpoint, your business is in this area. You pay taxes for your business to be in that area, to take care of certain things that need to be done, and all of those things. So you want to make sure that the politicians are doing their part in being able to, in order to be able to create the environment where it can grow economically. It has you have the jobs for people to come and work. And that's business entrepreneurs as a whole. It's not just saying you individually, just them as a whole. Because the more job opportunities there are, the more people can work, the more people can spend money, the more people pay taxes, the more you're able to do with the infrastructure. And on my trip to Africa last year, it was one of the things that stuck with me wholeheartedly was about this very thing, was about economic growth, creating jobs, and fostering innovation. The economic growth potential was so vivid in my head. And in the second, it was creating, how do you have economic growth? You can't have economic growth without creating jobs. So you as the entrepreneur have to be in the position to be able to create the jobs. The politician has to partner with you and be able to collaborate with you to create the conditions that you can create jobs and be successful. You expand your capacity, you grow, you're able to offer more jobs, you're able to have more jobs. And as a result, that particular area has economic growth. And we have to get out of this mindset that we're competing against each other. I get it. You're in competition with certain people, whatever, and that's true. But we have to also understand that, hey, if we're in the same area, in the same community, we should be wanting to do these three things, these foundational things: create economic growth, create jobs, and create innovation, foster innovation. That's what I want you to think about today. As an entrepreneur, with the politicians, I want you to research who are your city council people, who's your mayor, or whatever the titles may be for them, and who is your state delegates. We will worry about the bigger ones later. Morning, Doc. How are you? Good to see you. Thanks for tuning in. Once you've researched them and you have the information on them, I want you to think about connecting with them, even if it's just via email. But I want you to think about how you, as the entrepreneur in your area, are going to drive economic growth, how you're going to create jobs, and how you're going to foster innovation. Just right there in your area. Like, we're going to start right there. In your community. How you're going to drive economic growth, how you're going to create jobs, and how you're going to foster innovation. That's your homework for tonight. Y'all know it's Tell the Truth Tuesday. Talk to me Tuesday. So I'm talking to you from a politic and economic and entrepreneurship perspective. This is how you connect the pillars that I always talk about. You have to have family, you have to have education, government, business, and the church. This is how you connect government with business in the community. You should have a common goal of economic growth, creating jobs, and fostering innovation. That's what we're doing. That's how you unleash your entrepreneurial excellence. Operating from this perspective. How am I, as an entrepreneur, going to drive economic growth? How am I, as an entrepreneur, going to create jobs? How am I, as an entrepreneur, going to foster innovation? What's up, D? Morning, bro. How are you going to drive it? How are you going to do these three things today? I need you to write them down. And I begin to really map out how you want to do that. What is that? We're in the second day of the second quarter, y'all. The second day of the second quarter. We're moving into 2024. The first quarter's over. Hopefully, I want you to be able to do your, hopefully you've looked over your numbers and everything for your goals for the first quarter. If not, I want you to take the time to do that this week. You can't drive economic growth if you don't know where you are. You can't create jobs if you don't know where you are. You can't foster innovation if you don't know where you are as a business, as a brand. So take a look at your first quarter. See what you did do, see what you didn't do, and be real about it. Be honest about it. And then you take that and you move into the second quarter. This second quarter, what are the goals? What are your goals? What is it that you want to achieve by the second quarter? And you can take those assignments that you had from the first quarter that you weren't able to achieve, move them into the second quarter. Move them into the second quarter. And they become what you start to do in the second quarter. So it's you don't have to beat your head over trying to think of things. What were the things that you wanted to achieve in the first quarter that you didn't? The ones that you achieved, great, awesome. You're doing great things. You're moving forward. But those things that you didn't, that you weren't able to for whatever reason, you want to say, okay, I didn't get them in the first quarter. And I understand why I didn't in this first quarter. Let's move into the second quarter. And what do I need to do in the second quarter? One of my goals for the second quarter is to write another book. I want to have another book out in this second quarter. And I got the framework. I just got to put it together. But that's one of my goals. And what is that hopefully going to do? That is going to it is going to drive economic growth. Because it's going to assist you as entrepreneurs to be able to hopefully economically put together your products and services that you offer to those that you serve. And by me serving you, I do the same thing. I create the economic growth for me. I create the economic growth for you. That begins to move. It creates jobs because the people that I work with, that I need to be able to do certain things in that, they have to have people that work for them. I have to have people that do work for me. And they may not be on my payroll, but they're still people that work for me because I need a graphic designer. I need a printer. Those are people that I work with, but they also work for me because they're doing a service for me. So that's how you create economic growth, and by having, as George Fraser always says, you connect the dots. And when you connect the dots, you create the opportunity for economic growth. You create the opportunity for jobs. And you foster innovation because it begins, hopefully, gives you ideas for you to be able to say, hey, wow, I did this, but now I can do this, and this. And for the second quarter, I got to think, here's the things that I want to do. How do I do that? I got to put this together, and we foster innovation. But you get with your politicians and you share with them your ideas. You share with them your insight. You share with them your wisdom. And that should foster ideas on how you all can benefit each other. Yeah, thanks, D. I appreciate that. But that's how you have government support for entrepreneurship. They're gonna write programs and have grants and loans and everything like that are out there that have money for you to be able to do the things that you need in order to be able for you to be able to drive your economic growth, be able to create jobs and be able to foster innovation. But you have to be willing to do your homework. And that's why by having those conversations with your politician, they can let you know. You can use that as an introduction. Hey, I'm an entrepreneur. I'm looking to see if you have any grants that are available that I could use. Here's the type of work that I do. I'd appreciate any type of assistance that your office can lend to me in order for me to be able to accomplish this manner. I'm looking to be able to drive economic growth. I'm looking to be able to create jobs, and I'm looking to be able to foster innovation. And I'm looking to be able to do this in conjunction with you. That will connect you with government, and you'll begin to develop the relationships that you need in order to be able to do the things that you want to do on a larger scale. Told you, I'm trying to make you better by the end of the year than you were at the beginning of the year, and we do that by creating a connection between politics and entrepreneurship. There's got to be a link. It's all linked together. It's your boy, Dr. Leroy McKenzie Jr., the Impact Builder. Yeah, we talking politics and entrepreneurship all week this week. I know y'all might not be thinking about this, but I'm thinking about it, because if we're going to compete on a top level, we got to have a top level mindset. Top level mindset understands that there has to be a connection between the politics of entrepreneurship. There has to be a connection. So I'm going to be right back here tomorrow. Same bat time, same bat channel. I appreciate y'all. As my boy Dwight has put in the comment section, and I'll put the link. My goal by June is 1,000 subscribers. I need your help in order to be able to do that. It don't cost you nothing to go over, hop right over to to my YouTube channel, Dr. Leroy McKenzie Jr., or if you put in JNF Enterprises, either one of them, they'll come up. Click the subscribe button, click that notification button too, because that'll let you know when I'm live on YouTube, or when I have something new on YouTube. You can see that there as well. And I have all of my brand new series content is on there, so you can go back. As far as over a year ago now, it's over a year, because I started this over a year ago. And that was actually probably the end of 2022-ish around. I've been doing this digital content, so you can catch all of that there. But I need you just to subscribe. Don't just go over there and be peeking and be looking and not subscribe. I need you to subscribe. So we'll be right back here tomorrow. I appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Deuces.